Summer of Passion. Emily had longed for this moment, to be at last in the arms of David. For months this had been but a dream. Emily had dreams so passionate that following them she often had to hang her sheets out to dry. Now her dream had come true. She was gazing into the eyes of David, his arm around her waist, his warm breath on her neck, and his finger in her anus. "Oh, dearest darling David," said Emily, "how I have longed for this moment." "Me too," replied David, in a common guttural tone. David came from the wrong side of the town. He often did. He was always getting lost, and he was saving up for a new tom-tom. He pulled down the front of her floral summer dress and feasted his eyes on Emily's pale breasts that were heaving up and down with her lustful breathing like two riderless runaway space hoppers. He kissed her magnificent bosoms with his big red lips that rather resembled a baboon's bum. By now her passion was overflowing, so she placed some towels on the bed to soak it up. Then she pulled David on top of her as they fell back onto the bed. Emily let out a moan. David weighed about 20 stone, and Emily feared she may have just cracked a rib. But such was her passion, nothing was going to detract from her desire for sexual fulfillment. They were now naked, frantically kissing. David was French kissing her, in a similar way to a dog licking out its bowl. She reached for his manhood, but she had to push his overhanging stomach out of the way before she could find it. When at last she finally had it in her hand, it reminded her of a battered Savoy, only quite a bit smaller and much more greasy. She could wait no longer, and Emily sat astride him, guided his manhood into her burning honeypot of desire, and began to ride him like someone trying to get a broken down car to move by bouncing up and down in the driver's seat. Her face was flushed, contorted with lust, and with her short black hair she looked like a squashed tomato wearing a beret. David's face was also a picture of intense pleasure. He had the expression of a heavyweight weightlifter who got the bar up to his chin but was just about to collapse backwards. His face was covered in sweat, blackheads, and each of his eyes seemed to be trying to see what the other one was doing. David cried out,
"Oh, coming!"
"No, not yet," said Emily. "Just another minute." But alas, David could not hold on, and after 45 seconds of passionate lovemaking, David exploded inside Emily like a banger going off in a bowl of porridge. He immediately began to drift off into a satisfying sleep, leaving Emily in an agony of sexual frustration. She thought to herself all those long months of longing, and in the end all I got was a quick 45-second shag. She kicked him out, and he was soon back on the wrong side of the town, lost again, cursing his lack of tom-tom. Emily was in tears, heartbroken, and gagging to be finished off. She opened the drawer, greeted her most faithful lover, and turned out the light. "Oh, Buzz," she said, "I'm all yours. Take me."